Hi, Jennifer here again from A Live Little, and as I was discussing in the previous video, it is National Garlic Month, and we are celebrating because we are all about garlic here at A Live Little. And we're going to start with 3 different recipes, and right now we're going to focus on a garlic and fennel puree, which is great for all types of meats and fish and vegetables. It's very universal. You can make it, keep it in your fridge, and add it to all of these types of foods. So we're going to start. It takes about 15 minutes for it to cook, and then we'll puree it. So I just have the ingredients prepared. We're going to put it in the pot, and then it needs to cook until they're soft, about 15 minutes. So lots of garlic, and if having to deal with all of this garlic scares you and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered, know that it's very easy to peel garlic by just putting it in a pot with some boiling water and let it boil for a minute or so, and then take it out and let it cool, and then the garlic will pop right out of its skin. I don't really like doing that because I believe it takes away from the garlic flavor, but it is a good shortcut for you if you prefer to not spend the 10-15 minutes that it takes to really deal with all of that garlic. So this is all just in our pan right now, and we are going to just let it cook, okay? We're going to cover it with the cream, stir it a little bit, turn it up, let it simmer for about 15 minutes, and then when everything's nice and soft, we're going to come back to you and puree it up and do a little tasting. All right, we'll be back. And it is all set to go. We'll take the top off. It's still pretty hot, but everything is just very soft and tender, ready to go. So you can, if you have a blender, you can put it in a blender. I have an immersion blender here, so I'm going to use that. If you put it in your blender, or use your immersion blender, just be careful if it's still hot. You don't want to burn yourself, especially in a blender with the top on it. Be careful with that. So I like to reserve some of the fennel fronds and put some of that in as well. I think that makes adds a little more fennel flavor, because everyone knows here that I'm fennel crazy. So I'll do that. A little pepper for sure. And then we have some pink Himalayan salt, which is kind of a staple. And then we're just going to puree. Okay. Doesn't take very long, and this looks really good. I don't think we're going to need to thin it down at all with anything. If yours was a little too thick, you could add a little bit of milk to it, but I think we're good here. There we go. And you know, adding the fennel fronds also gives it a nice little fleck of color in there, so it just doesn't look white, which you always want to try to avoid. Okay, we'll pour it all out in the bowl. This could be a hot dip as well, but it really is nice as perhaps a base on a plate with some really delicious grilled scallops over it. A base for a nice steak or some halibut. Really, really yummy. So nice fresh fennel flavor. I think fennel is wonderful. It's springtime, kind of has that little bit of an anise flavor, so you have to like that licorice. So try it out. Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.